use your God power to get everything you ever wanted and live the life of your dreams. The Master's Course. Copyright 2010 by Richard Lee McKim Jr. All rights reserved. Let the quest for knowing begin. Let's look at this next illustration. Here it says, let's use our 3 levels of reality illustration to see how this radio's representation system is like our own. Okay, now we've got the same thing we've seen this illustration before. The same where you got 3 levels. You got the energy level. That's what's really going on. That's where reality is real. Okay? Then you got the thought level, which is the beliefs and meanings level. That's where things are defined of how they're going to be. And then what comes from that is the representation level down here in the bottom in the green, which is the illusion. Here it says the representation level is where all results are represented in physical form as they have already been prearranged and created in the energy realm. This is where they are experienced. So here you got the energy level, where all things actually happen. Your vibration elicits and creates the appropriate response from the situation at this highest level, the non-physical energy level. Okay, then, from there, due to your beliefs and meanings, what your meanings are, is how what's happening in the energy level is going to be represented. So the beliefs and meanings are where all meanings create your vibrations and elicits the appropriate responses from the situation at the highest level, the non-physical energy level. So based on your beliefs and meanings, you're eliciting a certain response from the energy level, but your beliefs and meanings also dictate how it's going to be represented. If we remember back when we were looking at this with the body, your beliefs and meanings, if you have a disease, then your body's represented as having the disease. If you don't, then the disease is not represented. So, okay, let's take a look at this now. The tuner's real energy form, here in blue, its real tuning place, the real place where it's really going on, is the little square clear box variable capacitor. That's where it's really going on. Okay? Now, how it works is the beliefs and meanings level. It's the relationship level. And then you've got at the very bottom, you've got certain music is heard and you got a certain representation. Now, the beliefs and meanings is how the real thing, the variable capacitor, is related and has a relationship with the representation. So when the representation, as it is in a certain place, so to speak, then based on the system, the mechanism, or the beliefs and meanings, the association, the relationship, based on the relationship level, it causes the real tuning capacitor to be at a certain place. And by the same token, when the real tuning capacitor is at a certain place, based on the relationship with the representation is at a certain place. So they're tied. They're tied by a system, a relationship, a way that it works. It's the same thing with your seeing. You only see at the real energy level. That's where you actually see. But you have a representation of an eye. So when your representation of your eye has a relationship with your real seeing mechanism. So that when the eye is representing that it's seeing, the eyelid is open, then the real mechanism, the real energy form where it's really seeing is really seeing. But when the representation has the eyelids closed or a blindfold, over your eyes, then you're representing that you don't see, and so the real system, the real place where you're really seeing, is also not seeing because they're tied together. Okay, now let's continue. Here it says, as we look at this radio setup, it looks a lot like our own. First, you have the main source of all creation, tuning, which is at the top. It is the variable capacitor where the tuning really happens. Then you have the beliefs and meanings level, where the relationship between the real tuner and its representation is set up. That's how it works. Then at the bottom is the representation level, where you actually experience and interact with the radio. As you adjust the tuning knob, you are creating a meaning of which radio station will be playing from the radio. You are creating this meaning in a physical way through the physical representation. Then, your physical actions are then interpreted by the beliefs and meanings level, which describes and defines how the system works and operates. At the beliefs and meanings level, there is a system or a relationship that says that when you move the tuning dial to the right to a certain position, you want a station that is on the right, represented at that position, to start playing music. So by the system of beliefs that are in place for this radio, the actual source of real tuning is adjusted to a new position, and it begins to play the music from the radio station through the represented radio. The represented tuning dial and knob is connected to the real tuning part by a system of strings and pulleys. This particular system has a certain correlation with each other. When the representation is moved to a certain place, the tuner is also moved to the same setting. If you were to turn the real tuning part yourself directly by hand to a certain setting, then the tuning dial and the tuning knob would also move to a certain place that represents the setting in a physical, visible way that can be seen and understood. Okay.
Options. Now activating the next video, play options. 1 moment please. Click on the green arrow to start watching the next video. Or, click on the red arrow to start watching the prior video. Or, click on the tan arrow to go to the main course menu and guide, with links to all course chapters, excerpts, and special reports. Up next, special video options. Click on your choice of course videos, menus, and excerpts. Now switching to the special video options menu and activating the video selection buttons. Click on your selection number to start watching the video. "15 seconds till we switch to the next page with the free download information. Pause the video now if you need more time to review the available selections." This is the end of this course video. Its video number is listed above. To watch the next video, simply click on the next video in number sequence. Thank you.